Let's be real for a second. Have you ever wondered how the super, super rich really make their money? I'm talking about the kind of wealth that just seems, impossible. If your first thought is a massive salary or being some stock picking genius, well, you're in for a surprise. The real secret is something else entirely. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and break it all down. There it is. The path to that kind of insane wealth isn't about earning more money in the way most of us think about it. It's about owning something valuable. It's about building a business that somebody else would line up to buy. So, yeah, let's get into how that actually works. All right, here's the game plan. First, we're going to cover the big mind shift you have to make. Then, we'll walk through building a rock-solid financial foundation, supercharging your customer engine, and making your operations totally bulletproof. All of this leads to the main event, turning your business into a seriously valuable asset. So, let's kick things off with that huge idea. You see, most people are totally focused on revenue, how much money is coming in the door. But the ultra-wealthy, they're playing a different game. They're focused on building value. And this right here is the magic word, enterprise value. It's not about what you make in a month. It's the total price tag someone would pay for your entire business. That's the number we're trying to grow. The rest of what we talk about today, it's all a step-by-step guide on how to make that number get bigger and bigger. So where do you start? How do you actually build that value? Well, it all begins with a solid financial foundation. We're going to jump into the first two steps right now. These are the absolute must-haves that make a business attractive right from the get-go. Okay, step one is all about one thing: predictability. Think about it. A buyer wants to see cash they can count on month after month. They call this durable revenue. It's like your Netflix subscription, right? It just hits the bank account every month. That consistency is gold because a buyer knows that money's going to keep rolling in. And any business can do this. You just have to be a little creative. Now for step two, you've got to make more money on the stuff you actually sell. This is your gross margin. It's not just your total revenue. It's the real profit you pocket on each sale after you cover the direct costs. This number is absolutely crucial. Let's make this super simple. Imagine you've got a lemonade stand. You sell a glass for $2. The cup, the lemon, the ice, all that costs you 25 cents. Your gross margin is $1.75. It's that easy. And trust me, the best companies in the world are obsessed with this number. So, how do you pump that number up? Well, you've got three powerful levers. First, cut your costs. Find a cheaper lemon supplier, whatever it is. Second, and this is the easiest one, just raise your prices. And third, you gotta be willing to fire unprofitable customers. You know the ones, they complain a lot and got some crazy deal years ago. They could be dragging down your value. Okay, so our financials are getting solid. Now it's time to focus on your customers. I mean, they're the engine that drives the whole thing, right? These next two steps are all about making sure that engine is running smooth, strong, and powerful. Which brings us to step three, plugging the leaks. I want you to picture your business as a bucket, and your customers are the water inside. If that bucket has holes, you're constantly losing water. That's customer churn. And let me tell you, nobody wants to buy a leaky, half-empty bucket. The wild part is, most businesses are leaking customers left and right and don't even realize it. So how do we fix it? First, you gotta track it. Know how many customers you're losing each month. Second, get them a quick win. It's called time to first value. Make sure they see the benefit of what you offer, like immediately. And third, if they do decide to leave, find out why. That feedback is pure gold. And now for a big one, step four, increasing lifetime value, or LTV. This is just the total amount of money you can expect a customer to spend with you over their lifetime as a customer. A buyer sees a high LTV and their eyes light up because it means you've built something that doesn't just get a customer once, it keeps them coming back for more. Let's put some real numbers on that. If a customer pays you $100 a month and they stick around for 3 years, that's 36 months, their lifetime value is $3,600. The higher you can push that number, the more your business is worth. Simple as that. So let's look at a quick example here. Let's say last month you had 100 customers. Each one was paying you $10. That's $1,000 in revenue. Pretty simple, right? Now, check this out. This month, you actually lost 10 customers. Ouch. But you found ways to get your remaining 90 customers to spend more. So even with fewer customers, your revenue shot up by 30%. A business that can pull that off, that is incredibly valuable. All right, we've got our money right, our customer engine is humming. The last piece of this puzzle is making your operations totally rock solid. We need to build a business that can run smoothly without depending on any one thing, and that includes you. This brings us to step 5. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is what's called concentration risk. If one giant client is responsible for, say, 60% of your revenue, like we see here, you are in a very, very dangerous spot. What happens if they walk away? A buyer sees that and they run. The goal? Keep any single client under 15% of your total revenue. Okay, step 6 is a big one, and it's something a lot of founders just forget to do. If your business only exists inside your head, it's pretty much worthless to somebody else. You have to write it down. Create playbooks, checklists, SOPs, whatever you want to call them. Just think of McDonald's, right? A kid in Texas can make a Big Mac that tastes exactly the same as one in Tokyo. Why? Because they followed the playbook. And look, I know this sounds like a total pain, but it doesn't have to be. Just use what's called the camcorder method. Literally, just record a video of yourself doing a task and talk through what you're doing. Then throw it into an AI tool to transcribe it into a written process. Boom. Store it somewhere everyone can find it, and you're done. And that leads us to the final and maybe the most important step of all, number 7. You have to build a leadership team. Are you the bottleneck where every single question, every decision has to come to you? Or have you built an empowered team that can actually run the business? A buyer isn't just buying your product, they're buying your team. And a great team, that sends the value of your company through the roof. So when you put it all together, from durable revenue all the way to a strong leadership team, what have you done? You've basically transformed your job. You've gone from working for your income to building a valuable asset that works for you. This quote just nails the whole mind shift. Revenue is vanity. Yeah, big revenue numbers look cool, but they don't tell the whole story. Profit is sanity. That's what keeps the lights on, obviously, but the right kind of profit, that's what creates real value. Buyers look at a number called EBITDA. It's basically the core profitability of the business. That is where life-changing wealth is made. Look, I get it. This can feel like a lot to take in, but you don't have to do it all at once. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Looking at all 7 of these steps, what's the one thing you can focus on, just for the next 90 days, that will make your business more valuable? Just pick one and start there.